all
Why? What got blown up?
um, all the outdoor covers, plants knocked over, stuff like that.
Yeah, two of my plants got knocked over. The pots broke.
Bummer.
Okay, two yellow, two blue.
Or take off the red.
Yeah, either that. I did find my last studio class, people were not listening to spring, so they had like double the spring load and so yeah, just two yellow, two blue. No red. Let's do ankles and knees squeezed together, true heels. So the padded part of our heels. Find your neutral, close your ribs, and let's press it out. See how you like the spring load if you don't. Make an adjustment. The adjustment could be take one blue off. If that feels too easy, you can always do red, yellow, blue. Halfway in. Well, in, little out. 10 to 12-inch range of motion, nice and slow. So you can feel where you're pushing from. Base of the booty, connected at the heels. 4, 3, 2. Get all the way out to close the motion and bring it in. Let's go ankles and knees together, but toward the middle of our foot, so a little closer to the arch. As you push out, relax your toes and your heels. So you feel your foot a little bit drape over the foot bar and in and out. Squeezing the ankles and knees together so you don't collapse into the arches of your feet. Focus on relaxing the front of the ankle muscle. Keeping the booty engaged. Let's meet up halfway in. Same thing, nice and slow, out and in. Saying where you're pushing from. Let's do 4, 3, 2, take it all the way out. Bring it all the way back in. Go, let's stay in the position versus the foot. Let's go to the balls of the feet, ankles and knees together. Lift the heels high, find your neutral lower back, and all the way out and in. Add the heels, take the carriage all the way out, heels down and up. Bring it in. One more. Bring the carriage in, try and push into that forced arch feeling. That's 2. And let's hang out here for 6 heel lifts. Keeping the ankles and knees together. Squeeze base of the booty. 3, 2, both heels high, and prance it out, taking your time. heel, just hang out under the foot bar. Lift. Go back to true heel. Narrow V. And carriage out and in. Squeezing through the glutes. Should feel glutes tighten, almost like it forces your sacrum to hover, lighten on the carriage. 4. One, bring the carriage halfway in, out and in. So you feel that connection. 4. We have to close the motion. And bring it in. Good, we're gonna go toward the middle of the feet. Obviously on the outside of your feet, heels squeeze together. And take it out and in there. Just feel the difference in the bottom of your feet connecting to the sit bones, out and in. Soften through the shoulders, feel the bands of the shoulder blades open on the carriage. Let's meet up halfway in, go in and out. Try and soften your toes, relax your toes. 4, 3, 2, all the way out to close the motion. Bring it in. All of the feet. Heels high, squeeze them together. Pressing through the big toes, but make sure you can feel all 10 toes on the foot bar. Down and up. Feet, pull that courage in. Down and up. Feet. 4, 2. Let's meet up all the way up 6 times, heels down and up. Lengthening through the inner thigh. Last 2. And 1. And, oops, sorry. And prance it out. Take a heel. Hang out. That heel under the foot bar. Have left switch. Those heels high. Let's bring it in. Alrighty. Make sure not you end up in the shoulder blocks. Back to true heel, wide stance, externally rotated. Find your neutral and let's press it out and in. Carriage halfway in, meet up there. If your headrest is up, can you take it down? Good. Take the carriage all the way out. Imprint your lower back as you bring it in. Just a little bit of rocking up. Let's go into a big, huge, high bridge, but just working through the spine, laying it down all the way. Scoop, imprint, peeling off. One. Bridge all the way out. Stay imprinted to bring it all the way back in. Let's go toward the middle of our feet. Go parallel. Okay, so the outside of the feet are toward the outside edge of the carriage. Come back to neutral, staying parallel, in and out. Try and relax your toes. Feel your heel reach under the foot bar as your toes soften over the top. So let's meet up halfway in. Imprint. Carriage all the way out, imprinted, and scoop, and just a little roll up. Notice what your feet are doing. You want to keep them parallel. Avoid straining in the front of the ankle by flexing your toes back. Keep your toes nice and supple. Two more. Last one. Let's press all the way out. Stay imprinted to bring the carriage all the way in. Good. Make sure not to end up in your shoulder blocks. We're going to go to the balls of the feet. Let's come in a little bit from the outside edge. So wider, that your toes are wider than your hips, but not all the way to the outside edge. Lift the heels nice and high, find your neutral, and take it out and in. Notice which leg squeezes straight first. Get the other leg to engage sooner. There's always one that leads the charge. 3, 2. Last one. Let's meet up with the carriage halfway in. Imprint, scoop. Oh, sorry, take the carriage out. Imprint and scoop up as the carriage comes in. You. Last one. And carriage in, place imprinted, and knees to the chest. Good to go, rock back and forth or forward and back, whatever feels good. And let's switch up springs a little bit. Let's go to two blue and a red. Scunch lighter, what we're on. Two blue and a red, come back down on your back. Let's go narrow V, balls of the feet. We'll do a little bridge work here. Imprint your lower back, take the carriage out. Lengthen through. As you bring the carriage in, same thing, you're going to peel your vertebra off, but we're going to stay here. Lift high in that bridge, widen through the shoulders, lengthen through the neck. Keeping the heels together and the hips high, lower the heels and raise. 4, 3, 2. High, take Carriage out 4 times. You don't have to straighten your legs. You want to focus on lengthening, but keeping the hips lifted. Bridge. Pull down as slowly as you can. Great, that was the first warm up. Already have a cramp in my hamstring. Okay. Got it. Stay on the balls of the feet, heels together, heels high. Make sure your shoulders aren't jammed up. Okay, this time, as we take the carriage out, arms go to the sky. Keep your arms lifted as you imprint, scoop, come back into that bridge. Heels down and up, 4, 3, 2, heels high. Alrighty, as our knees come together, arms open and close the arms as the knees open back up. Knees close, arms open. 4, 3, 2, and last one. Let's take the carriage out, opening the arms to the side, scoop, pull back up. So using the shoulder blocks to push against, but stay within the range of motion that is available to your arms. And last one. Hold it there. Woo! Crampy. Roll down. Vertebra by vertebra. And float the carriage in. Knees to the chest. All right, let's go to heels. Ankles and knees are parallel, fist distance between. Don't make them too wide. Make sure you're not jammed up in your shoulder blocks. Imprint. Scoop. Take the carriage out. Peel off. Exaggerating that imprint and exaggerating that peel. Come into a high bridge. Shoulders are wide. Booty is lifted. Good, little tailbone tap, staying along straight spine, carriage stays still. Tap the sacrum and come up. Up. 4, 3, 2, and last one. Let's meet up in bridge. Left leg goes tabletop, arms come to the sky. Ready? As we go out, arms open, that leg extends, bring it back in. 3, 2, little cramp coming on, and 1. Leg comes down. Rest your arms down. If you're like me on cramp, shake it, come back up into bridge. Arms come back up. Right leg tabletop. Get out. Okay. Do 4 overall. And bring it down. Gosh. Find that bridge. All right, I probably look really sloppy there. And roll down. Vertebra by vertebra. Let the carriage come in. Keep your headrest down. Walk yourself half an inch away from the shoulder blocks. Both legs 90 degrees. Arms reach forward toward your foot bar. Curl your upper body up. Imprint. Pull your fingertips forward. 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 4, 3, 2. Hold that forward left. Float your left leg 45 degrees. Take hold of your right leg. Pull it in. Pointing through the toes, imprinting, curl your upper body up. And switch. And switch. Switch. flex. Both feet flex. Good. Let's come back up 90. Arms reach forward. Keep those heels flexed. Pull up, hold. Pull up, hold. 4, 3, 2. Last one. And bring it in. Okay, let's do a little other way spine and wheelbarrow. Little space between your shoulders and the shoulder blocks. Up to 90. Reach the legs long. We're gonna bring our hands to the back of our skull. Fingers loosely interwoven, elbows are wide. Curl your upper body up. Lower your legs. Stay imprinted, belly buttons down. 4, 3, 2. Meet up 45, hold it there. Good, adding a little twist into a stag. Spiral elbow to knee, come back out. Spiral. 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 4 more times each side, imprinting. Taking your time, breathing, exhale. 2 more times each side. Last one each side. And come into that extended V. Lift your shoulder blades, long neck, squeeze the legs long. Hold it 4. Hold it 3. Hold it 2. And 1. Good. All right, hands to the back of the shoulder blocks, legs to 90. Rocking it up. Open your feet at distance, flex through the feet. Create resistance, rolling down as if somebody's holding on to your heels and you are forcing that roll down. 45, exhale, up and over. Rolling down, watch how tightly you're using your hands and your shoulders to work into the abdominals, lengthening through the lower back. Adding on this time, we come up and over. We find ourselves in wheelbarrow. Open your knees, flex your feet. Now just bend your knees. See if you can hook them on the back of the shoulder blocks. Reach long. Bend through. Reach long. Last one. Reach long. Knees are separated, feet are flexed. Roll down. Hey, baby. And drop your tailbone. Whole spine presses into the carriage. And up an extended V. Flex and point, flex and point. Set the weight of the legs. Release, softening through the ankle muscles. 3, 2, stay pointed, come up, and little flex as you come down. Beat, beat the inner thigh. Beat, beat. Beat, beat. 3, 2, and last one. Let's meet up in that extended V. Just hang out for a second. Back into happy baby. And let's bring it in. Alrighty. We're gonna go to one yellow. Take everything off. So you have just one yellow. Coming back down. Back. Let's start with our left foot. Left foot in the left strap. Sure not jammed up in the shoulder blocks. That's too easy. No, I think it'll get nice and hard. Okay, let's separate our knees and our ankles by that fist. Neutral spine, ribs down, nice long neck, soft shoulders, and just push through in that left leg. Flexing through the foot. As if you're dragging that heel through sand. Want to push that same line. 3, 2. Let's made up 45 degrees, reaching to the toe. You're going to externally rotate in the hip. So my leg is parallel, my hip is externally rotated. My right leg stays parallel. As I open that left leg to a circle, coming back 90. You do not want to collapse in your lower back. You do not want to tip to the side on your hips and sacrum. Stay square and anchored. You do not want to do the work from the back of the knee. The work from the base of the booty. Circles or a rounded triangle, I guess. Keeping that center, keeping that square of the torso on the carriage. Do 3 more here. Try not to counterbalance in that right leg, turning it out. Or reduce the range of motion of your left leg. Let's push to 45. Externally rotate again. Opening to the bottom of that circle and closing in. Opening to the bottom. Notice the torque that starts to happen in your body. Engage the core. 3, 2. Good. Stay externally rotated as that leg comes in parallel. Externally rotated as you come up to 90. Opening to the side, changing the direction. Feel the shoulder block. Counterbalancing or counterweight. Right, control that the shifting and jerking. 3 more here. Staying externally rotated in the hip socket in that left leg. And let's meet up 45 degrees. Staying externally rotated as you come up to 90, the rest of 45. Eight. 2. Meeting up 45 degrees. Then in, come froggy, both legs are externally rotated, heels are together. Single leg in the spring as we push both legs froggy. Working on that, keeping the heels on that midline. 4, 3, 2, and 1. And let's bend it in, bring it in. Good. Take your left foot out of that strap, put your right foot in that left strap. Come back tabletop. Ready. Pushing through in the right foot now and the right leg. Parallel. Let's meet up 45 degrees. Open up to the side, watch that cable on your face. I'm going to draw a circle here. Staying neutral lower back. Again, working from the base of the booty, not the back of the knee. 4. 3. 2. 1. Let's open to the bottom of that circle. So from 45, externally rotated, opening to the side, bring that heel to the midline. Opening, start noticing how you're rocking or not in your sacrum. Close the ribs, square the shoulders. 3. 2. And come in. Parallel leg externally rotated, float up to 90. And opening circle there. Let's meet up 45 degrees, externally rotated. Bend that knee in as you come in to meet the heels. Both legs are externally rotated. Push through in single cable froggy. 4. 3. 2. And 1. And bend it in. Alrighty. Left cable goes on the peg. The right cable goes on the left foot. So we'll start here with cross. Parallel. Extending through that left leg again. Drawing that line in the sand. 4. Press out to 45, externally rotate, open the circle there, watch that cable on your nose, and up. Stay in control of the cable. Keep that right leg parallel. Three more. 45 degrees, externally rotate, open to the bottom of the circle, and let that heel back in. Stay in control. 3. 'And bring it in. Externally rotated, parallel, float up to 90, and circle out there. If any glitches in your circle. Speed up 45-degree extension. Bend that knee in. Both heels meet up, externally rotated, pushing out. Ooh. Keeping the heels glued together. 3. 2. Last one. Yeah, that's right in. Good. Taking the left foot out of that right strap. Putting the right foot in. Last part. Square your hips, square your shoulders, and push through that right leg. Degrees, externally rotating the hip socket first, and opening to the side circle. Out using that left leg counter. 4. Five degrees, externally rotated in the hip, open to the bottom of the circle, draw that heel in. Notice the push-pull pressure on the shoulders. 3, 2. And breathe in, let's float up to 90, staying externally rotated in the hip and circle open. Noticing whatever torque is happening in our torso. For the length and keep everything square. 4. 2. Speed up 45 degrees, stay externally rotated, bend that knee in, externally rotate the left, heels together. Push through, single cable froggy. Bring it in. Go to 1 red. Let's finish off our back a little bit. If you are in a tank like I am, I'm going to suggest you put a towel or a t-shirt because we're going to do that move where we squidgy down with our booty in the springs. Okay. So 1 red spring. Want to work your way down so your hands are on the inside of your shoulder blocks. Hips are lifted to start. First, get your arms elongated, your neck is soft, make sure you're not crumped up in there. Let's walk our heels on the foot bar to a narrow V. Righty. Let's take the carriage out. We're not lifted in a high bridge, you're just lifted. And let's release our sacrum and our booty down onto that red spring. You should feel that spring scoop as you come up. Focus on lengthening through the neck, widening and softening through the shoulders. Getting that mid and upper back release arch. For this direction. Keep your booty nice and low. Take the carriage out. And make sure you don't just crunch in your neck. Bring the carriage in. You're going to hold that bridge as you walk your shoulders back. See. Sit in. Let's go to 1 yellow spring. Turn around, head rests down. Legs go between. Make sure you have hands with space behind you. Start long loops, unless you feel like it's not enough. I'm going to the short loops, but I'm starting long loops. Sitting up nice and tall, chest expansion, pressing. Nice long straight arms, long wrists, open hands. Pressing as if you're wading through water. Pull your shoulders down, lifting the sternum, neck is long. Got 2 more here. This one, as we come forward, spiral, come into bicep curls, straight up. Spiral, chest expansion. Two more like this, and then we add on. All right, we're gonna meet up in bicep curl. Spine is long, nothing changes in the shape of your arms as you hinge. Hinge with a straight back, belly is engaged 4 times. This time we come up, spiral, open chest expansion. Let's do that all over again, but this time let's do 8 hinges. Bicep curl, hold it there, hinge. Anchor the legs. Narrow through the pelvis, push that carriage forward. Shoulders down, ribs are closed. 4 more, keep your chin neutral so your neck is front of your spine. 2 more. And we're going to meet up in that bicep curl hinge. Hold it there, nice deep breath in, pull the belly button in as we push our forearms up the wall and down the wall. 4, 3, pull those shoulders down away from the ears. 2, come back into bicep curl, sitting up nice and tall, spiral chest expansion. Hold. Seated C curve, rounding forward, lift your palms high, fingertips to the carriage. Narrow the arms. Do 4 more. So you're not crumping your shoulders up to your ears. 3, each time you raise your palms, exhale, pull the belly button back. Last 2. We're going to meet up at the top, last transition, thumbs together, pinkies apart. Thumbs together, pinkies apart. 4, 2, and 1. Float the arms down. Okay, I thought that was so much fun. We're going to do that whole thing all over again. Let's do in 6s. Everything goes 6. Okay, so starting with just chest expansion, 6 times. Nice tall spine. Last 2. We spiral a bicep curl. Regular bicep curl, spiral chest expansion. Do 4 more. Try not to curl and just use the spring for slack. Let's stay with that spring. 2. Good. We meet up in bicep. 6 hinges, holding the arms steady. Then 3. Hip long, chin is neutral. 2. We meet up in bicep curl hinge, elbows lift and come down as if you're wiping your forearms on that far wall. Palms are facing your shoulders. 3, 2, and 1. Elbows down, sit up nice and tall. Spiral chest expansion, meet up there. Seated C curve, pull the belly in. Fingertips tap, palms reach. Narrow your arms, pull your wrists toward one another. Belly button pulls back, shoulders pull away from the ears. Last 3, 2, And we meet up palms high, thumbs together, pinkies open. Keep those arms lifted. 4, 3, 2, and 1. And float the arms forward and sit up nice and tall. Cross your tables. Hands are long, arms are long, palms face diagonally out. We go into a diagonal chest expansion. So you're pulling first from your lats. Make sure you're not hyperextending in the elbows. Squeeze the shoulder blades together. 4, 3, 2, and last 1, float the arms in, parallel, even though we're cross table, palms facing down. Spine is nice and long, we're going into deltoid. Exhale. 1, 4 biceps. Move to your ears, no arching in the back, don't curl your chin up. Do 4 more. This feels so yummy. Pull up the lats. 3, 4. Okay, let's stay cross table. Pull up in front of our hardware. Sit up nice and tall. Single arm bow and arrow without the spiral. Pull up the elbow, which connects to the lats, not the wrist. Your wrist stays long. Your grip is soft. Do 4 more each side. Each side. That's 1. Tall spine. Ready, we're slipping back to the top of the cloth where the loops meet up. Okay, single arm bow and arrow with a C curve. Exhale, pull back into C curve. Feel that engagement of the C curve. Your wrist is long, your elbow pulls from your lap. Pull back up. You should feel your obliques. Feel your waistline pull in. Exhale. Find each side. Last 1. So let's uncross the cable. Let's go to a blue spring. Hook up on the hardware. Make sure you have that space behind your booty still. Okay. Little C curve work. Sitting up nice and tall. Start left leg tabletop. As you roll down C curve, then that leg 45. Soft long arms, deepen that C curve. When it comes to 90 and float down. And make sure that when you bring that leg up to 90, you don't start to pull in the wrist. Float it down. 2 more. And last 1, 45 degrees. And bend it in. Come up. Beautiful. Other leg. Top. Exhale. Extend 45. Loading that leg up. No backward somersaults, please. reaches to the thigh, 2 more. Last one. It's tough to bring it in, and one more time each side, that was so much fun. Exhale. More. 2. On this last one, let's meet up there. Pull your shoulders closer to your thigh, belly button back. Shoulders closer, belly button back. Shoulders closer, belly button back. 3, 2, and 1. Bring it in. Bring it up. Switch. Full top. Exhale, 45. Imprint. Loading up. Focus on soft, long wrists. This next one, let's meet up there. Shoulders forward, belly button back. Shoulders. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Let's spring. Foot bar. Okay, we did this, I think, last week. Hook our right heel on the inside of the carriage. Left foot, you're on the ball of your foot. So that forced arch. Find yourself on that foot bar so you don't go flying back there. Anchor that left foot, sit up nice and tall, and control that carriage in, push it all the way out. Six. Next one, load that carriage in, pull your left foot out before you crack your shin, and switch. Forward arch on that right foot, push into the ball of the foot, and control it in and out. 10 each side. 6. Those feet are on the carriage. Let's go to a narrow V. Okay. We're going to push the carriage out so you anchor your feet. Make sure your hands are narrow in your hips. Come up into a reverse bridge. Push through. Push through. 3, 2, and 1. Bring it out. Okay, we're gonna make it a little harder. Go to one yellow. Up to a narrow V. We're gonna lift up onto the balls of our feet. Okay, hands are narrow. We scoop up into a reverse bridge. Now push through the toes. Four, 3, 2, and 1. Bring it in. Either side of your carriage, externally rotate, sit it down. Shoulders back over the hips. Open those knees over the toes. Hands come either into prayer or a genie. Shoulders down, lift through the sternum. Sit down, barely touch your carriage, come back up. Barely touch your carriage, come back up. Four. Resist tipping forward, sticking your butt out. Good, and last one, let's meet up at that lowest point. Right heel up, left, right, left. 4, 3. Try not to bounce, just work through the legs. And both heels down. Sit it down 1/2 inch, butterfly the knees. Open, 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 open. 8. Last 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lengthen up. Come back down. Hold it. 8, 7, 6. Last 3, 2, and have a seat. Oh. Ouch. Sitting back toward the back edge of your carriage. Let's come butterfly. Feet can be on the headrest. Let's use the shoulder blocks. Sit up nice and tall. Hinge at the hips. Belly button back to the spine. Scoop and round. You can even push against the shoulder blocks to get that hollowed out feeling. And stack the spine. Pretty nice and tall. Hinge. Exhale, narrow through the pelvis. So you want to squeeze your inner thighs toward one another as you pull your belly button back, close your ribs. Stack one more time. Hinge. Exhale. And sit up nice and tall. Good. Left hand to the right shoulder block. This hand can be on the carriage or the foot bar. Lift up and spiral. And unwind. Right hand to the left shoulder block. Sit up and spiral. Square the shoulders. Drop that left shoulder. Back to the center. Just going to turn around on our carriage. Go back to a red spring. Okay, scoot your booty toward the near edge of the carriage. Become a narrow V on the foot bar. Push your feet into the foot bar as you hold on to the outside of the foot bar. So push, pull. Sitting up nice and tall. Bring the pelvis in, open through the chest. And reverse that motion. Push the carriage back, hollow in the belly, scoop round forward. And pull it in. Stacking the vertebra, opening through the chest. Hollow up. Push the feet into the foot bar. Hold it here. Heels down and up for 6. 5, belly button pulled in. And knees straight in. Okay. We're gonna do something. I think I have to figure out the springs on this machine. Give me 1 second. Okay. I have 1 red and 2 yellow on. I only say that because balanced body obviously is different. Okay, so see how this feels. Our knees are up against the shoulder blocks. With the tops of the feet pressing into the carriage. We're going to choke up on the hardware. Push into your pelvis. Okay, so this may feel hard here, but this is why. You want to push into your pelvis, belly button in, and see if you can open your chest. refrain from hurling your head back. You want to control it in the pelvis, the abdominals, lifting in the chest, pushing your pelvic bone forward as you open toward the sky. So you want that resistance, but you really want to keep your booty engaged. You'll feel the opening, hip flexors, the quads. And if you want more support, add your blue on. Want less, switch out the yellow for a blue. As we get comfortable and strong in doing this, you can change the spring load. So depending on your flexibility, of which I have none in my spine, go as far back as is comfortable. Just make sure if you go back, you can get up, especially if you're alone. And up. Release. Alrighty, take one red and one yellow off, so you remain with one yellow. Knees stay against the shoulder blocks. Walk our wrists just in front of our shoulders. Pull up into kitty cat, big rounded back. Sit back into your haunches. Back up square. Good, and release and arch through. Drive the arch through the spine and the pelvis, less through the neck and the head. Good. Curl, tuck, 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 rounding, scooping. Sit back. So you feel the tops of your feet press into the carriage. Your weight goes back. Feel the opening in the lower back. And last one, come up square. Open up through the pelvis first, and then the middle back. And open through the chest, shoulders down. Good, adding on this time, scoop. Let's walk our hands once we're in that scoop around about 3 inches forward. Now sit back into your haunches again. Keep that rounded back scoop. Tiny little abdominal pulls. Stay in that lower abdominal region. One. Carriage go all the way back. Square up the spine. Tabletop, back. Keep your hands where they are. Lift up in the armpit as you press the shoulder down away from the ears. And upper body pulls you forward. You're not pulling with the legs, you're scooping up in the armpit, engaging your obliques. Last two. Load the carriage back. Rounding up, scooping the belly up to the sky, release the back of the neck, sitting back. Feel your weight shift back into your haunches, retuck your pelvis toward your chin, and little abdominals. 8, 7. Not to just push into your knees, distribute to the shin and the top of the foot. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Release the carriage all the way back. Square up the spine. Last time here. Elbow our shoulders down. Feel your ribs hug you in the back and the front to initiate the motion. And exhale, close the rib cage. Belly buttons in. 4 more. 3. Turn around. Should be down, our legs going between the shoulder blocks, whatever is comfortable for you to walk back, have a nice long spine. Hands around the top corners of the carriage. Let's start with our left hand. You've got left cable. Okay, just engage with that cable. Just feel that spring engage and your elbow soften. Shift your weight back. So you're going to feel the shoulder blocks. Lift your right leg either to a tabletop or extended leg. Check underneath that you didn't just collapse into that hip. Your Wonder Woman or bicep curl into Wonder Woman extension. Keeping your weight back into that supporting leg. Two more. Check how much weight is collapsing in your right wrist. And side. Engage that cable, engage the spring, soften through the elbow. Getting back into the haunches. Extending that left leg, either tabletop or straight. Check that you didn't just shift forward into your left wrist. And bending forward or reaching forward. Green. Careful of that. Something my geometry. Well, that was harrowing. You could see it on replay. Okay, let's go to yellow. So just add a yellow on. We're going to lay on our back. Let's bring our circle.
I'll be right back. I need a quick break.
So let's get our circle. Put it on your belly. While you push back. Head rest can be up or down for now. We'll get down later, but both feet going along loops. Circle. And go above our ankle bones. Okay, come parallel 45. Try and find a comfy place. Neutral lower back. Press the ribs in. Flex the feet parallel. Just squeeze that circle in, hold, in, hold, in, hold, in, hold. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Now in, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Hold that inside squeeze as you bend in tabletop. All the way out, reaching through the feet. Keeping that inside squeeze. Good, the time as you lengthen your legs. Squeeze, squeeze. Bend in. Press out. Squeeze, squeeze. Bend in. Press out. Squeeze, squeeze. Bend in. Press out, squeeze, squeeze. 2 more. Squeeze, squeeze. Last one, we extend out 45 degrees, squeeze, squeeze, hold that squeeze, coming up to 90. 45 degrees, squeeze, squeeze, up to 90. Take it out, squeeze, squeeze. 2 more. Squeeze, squeeze. Squeeze, squeeze. The last one, up to 90, up to 45. Once here, externally rotate. You have to adjust your circle a little bit. You want externally rotated on the ankles. Squeeze, squeeze, in, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. For the second set, we're going to put it together. So hold that squeeze, bend your knees in. Take it back out, reaching through the toes, coming up to 90. 45 degrees. Squeeze, squeeze. Hold that squeeze. As you flex, bend. Push out, reach through the toes, up to 90. Take it back out. Squeeze, squeeze. Flex, bend. And lengthen out. Up to 90. 2 more times. Squeeze, squeeze. Bend in. Lengthen out. 90. 45 degrees. Squeeze, squeeze. Flex, bend. Push back out. Up to 90. Right about now, should be hurting. And bend your knees in. Okay, we're going to switch the position so the circle is on the outside of your legs. Or, sorry, so both legs are inside the circle, I guess I should say. Okay, push back out. More toward the calves to get out of the way of the cables. Parallel, press out, 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 out. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Hold that external pressure as you bend in. Push out to 45, reaching through the feet. Bend in. And push out. Bending in tabletop without rolling into our lower back. Take a 45, push out, out. Bend in. 45, out, out. Bend it in. 45, out, out. Bend it in. Alrighty, 45, out, out. Let's take it up to 90, keeping that external pressure. Legs working parallel. Push out. Push, push. 45, push, push. This time we'll just put them together. 45, push, push out. Parallel bend. 45, push, push out. 90. Push, push, bend. Push, push. Last time all the way through. 45, push, push, bend in. 45, push, push. Okay. 45 degrees, push, push. Slight external rotation. Okay, all we're going to do here is halfway in, so tiny bend, long squeeze, tiny, long, tiny bend, long. Staying neutral spine, ribs are heavy, neck is long, jaws relaxed. Make sure you're breathing. 5, 4, 3, 2, and last one. And let's meet up externally rotated. Final set for push out, out, out. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1, and ouchie, bend it in. We're just gonna take the circle off. Putting our feet back in, straps. Circle down to the side, let's meet up 45 degrees. Find your neutral, externally rotate, just opening to the bottom of the circle and closing. Open to the extended V. Point out, flex, drive those heels in. Point out, flex, drive in. Try and get those heels to meet up at midline. Notice if one leg pulls in faster and your heels meet up off center. 4, 3, and we're going to meet up in that wide V, external rotation. Bend the knees, push long, bend, push long, bend, and push. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and last one. Let's bring it in, come up to 90, start circles there. Keeping your pelvis facing that far wall. Big or small circle as works. Make sure it's a circle and make sure they're the same size, same shape. Five. Just flex the feet. Take hold of the cables, tip your pelvis toward that far wall first, as if you're trying to arch your lower back. Get that hamstring stretch. Shuffling on the ceiling, pull one leg forward and the other. Parallel. Take your headrest down. You're gonna push down to 45 for walk in the park. Then the one knee, toe of that bent leg digs down toward the open well. So you feel your hands there. Feel your lower abdominals engage. Keep tension on the cables on both legs. You want to do the full roll up. All the more. Keep both legs engaged, working in tandem. Keeping that foot digging down toward that open well. Don't see opportunity for those lower abdominals. Last one each side. And let's meet up 45 degrees, neutral, externally rotate, start circles there. Speed up 90 degrees. To the feet. Take your pelvis toward that far wall and release in your extended V. Knees bring the soles of the feet together. Lower the heels.